Good morning, everybody. Venderman here with FuturestraderElite. It'll be just a few minutes. We'll hop into the charts. Let a few people get on here. And then we'll try to break down some stuff on a higher time frame. Good morning, Room Beats. Good morning, Melinda. Hope everybody's getting prepared for this morning. Excuse me. We'll go ahead and jump into the chart real quick. We got about 7 minutes before the market opens. I'm going to hop this over to the 4-hour real quick. As you can see, yesterday, I think it was in after hours or whatever, we had come down and hit some of the levels that we was discussing yesterday during the stream. And that's the thing about it. Sometimes we discuss these levels during the day ahead of time and know about them. And then sometimes in after hours or when the market opens back up overnight, an overnight session, a lot of times we'll come down and tag these areas that we were discussing. So we had to come way down, tag this area at this S1 pivot area down here. And we got, look at that huge suck up on that candle there from that zone, looking at about just under 400 to 5 something there. It was like 100 point suck up there on that 4-hour candle. And I walked away from the computer earlier because I had to do something right before some move happened. Here, let me stick this on the 1 minute real quick. I was just watching the market and looking at this steady grind up. I mean, we've been in this uptrend since early this morning, you know, huge run up here. And then I walked away for a second and I was standing here. I turned around, looked, and I seen this big push. You say you caught this run up right here, Melinda, this big green candle? I was thinking it was going to get up here and tag this 4-hour zone. And what I think people need to be aware of after what we seen yesterday, we went down and we have this huge drive up. I mean, we're talking something like a lot, 200-300 points or better in this run up for where it got to overnight here. We got down, I'm pretty sure, to 3 something, close to 4. Yeah, just under 400. And then we come up here and tag 7 something. But what I was getting at, when I seen this move right here happen, it made me think of yesterday when we was live and we started getting them big swings. Got this big old push. Not quite 100 points, about 70, 80 points. And then look, gave it all back. So we need to be on the cautious side of things today and see if it's going to do that swinging around 80, 100 point legs like it did yesterday. Because it stayed in that zone yesterday. It seemed like forever doing that. All this right back here. All this mess right here. Swing, just a swinging up and down. That's so ugly. That's some ugly chop with some big swing legs in it. Then we got the down move, slight bounce, even further down. And then even further down. And then huge bounce out of this 4-hour zone down here. So at the open of the market, let me hop that back over the 4-hour real quick. We got about 3 minutes, it looks like. So we can see what our best option is to the downside on the 4-hour. We got about 30 minutes before the 4-hour candle closes that we're in now. So as long as it don't take out the bottom of the candle we're forming, you know, we can come in here and say, $5.23 to $5.33 or so. And so when the market, that gives us just over 100 points of range right here at the open that we'll pay attention to. And not really going to try to jump into anything real quick. Let's get back on the 1, and see if we got some kind of miniature imbalances that we need to look at right before the market opens here. Still got a little over a minute. So we got our 4-hour zone down here. And then we have some imbalance right there on the chart. There might be a little teeny ones here or there on the 1-minute chart. This looks like it's about the biggest one. And then we'll see if we get this drop here at the open, what we put in coming down. We don't really have any imbalance to the upside. We got this bearish imbalance zone up here that needs to be filled to the top upside, 752 to 797. We got about 20 seconds before the market opens. Prior close 567, which is right down here. Golden pivot 678. Prior low 517, which is just under this precision entry zone. See if they can push this back. If they push this down right here, be eyeballing the 567 area, and then this imbalance zone 540 to 550-ish, and then we got the 4-hour zone just below that. It'd be worth noting that if they try to push this up past the golden pivot and try to get back up here by this 4-hour zone, probably be some kind of short in play if we can get there. I don't think that my chart probably matches y'all. Something's not right with my chart. Mine. it didn't look like my candle was the right one for the 1 minute compared to my trading view chart. I don't know. You guys let me know if my chart looks like what you're seeing on NinjaTrader. Mine, for some reason, to me looks off from my trading view. ATR is about 25. Not a whole lot of movement here after they put in the 15-minute candle. I'll put in a box. I'll drag the I'm gonna drag the trading view chart over real quick, guys. We'll look at this. See where we're sitting on the kill zone. Right down here, you can see we're pushing, getting in the 80. The 2 minutes getting there. Look at all this expansion back here on the 5. So even if these push up, and this is still in an upward motion, it hadn't even crossed the 50-yard line yet. You could see maybe a pullback, maybe get a bounce here. It's a little choppy right now, but it's something I'm looking at. As far as the indicators go. You know, they can't even get up here and break the golden pivot. And then you have to think to the left of the chart, you know, if they can come down here and take out 629, 630. If they could take these lows out here in this little consolidation, we could find a push to the downside if it comes down here. They just don't want to let it go. Wow. Good morning, John. If anybody has any questions, throw them in chat. Wow, we're kind of going over anything. If there's something I need to touch base on, we'll try to cover it. I like this little consolidation base back here from 3-4 o'clock in the morning. Hey, morning, Joe. Thanks. This little consolidation. So if we can find a breakdown right here, you could think that they're definitely going to come definitely come tag this imbalance right here or this precision entry zone. Plus we got the prior day low right here. So you would think if they do get a crack in the chart to the downside, we should be coming down here and testing this whole area. Good morning, Dane. Husky Life. Sounds kind of busy. All right, we got the break of this trend line. See if they take these lows out here we was talking about. Wow, what a bad feel. Man, come on, keep pushing. Keep pushing. Don't you do it. Everything I got is moving really slow. Really? What? What was that about? Man. All right, I gotta get out of this trade. I might have to restart my Ninja Trader. Look at that. I close out, and somehow I'm in the red 230 and 186. What is going on? I was in the green. Well, that's fine. Pretty weird stuff, though. All right, so yeah, I was talking about that when I first got on. It didn't even look like my chart was right. You know what? I'm gonna log out of Ninja Trader. I will pull um Trading View over here where you guys can see that chart and we can be looking at that while I try to reboot that. Fun times, huh? Fun times on a Friday. Wow. My chart showed I was in the green. I said something ain't right, and I hit the close button. $200-300 in the red with 3 micros. That don't even make no sense. Four-hour candle here closes in 20 minutes. The range in it right now is 212 points. That's quite a bit. Anybody take any trades yet today since the market opened? Or are you guys just sitting on your hands right now? Melinda says she had the same issues with Ninja Trader. Always seems like there's something going on. Always. Melinda says she's green in 2 accounts. Excellent. Guess what? I'm the complete opposite. I'm red in 2 accounts now. Try and get all this straightened back out here. Sometimes it happens, you know. Sometimes it happens. John said he's sitting. Melinda's red in one. There is an ATR, John, indicator on NinjaTrader. I don't like it. I had built an ATR box where it'd sit down in the corner, and I must have deleted it for some reason, but I'm gonna try to build another one though, because the one on NinjaTrader puts it in its own pane down here at the bottom, and it's just a single line that up and down. You got to pay attention to the numbers in the preview on the side there. So I'm going to be looking for a short play if they want to push this up here. I'm going to be looking, they're going to get into this 4-hour zone here between 740 and 750. And if it lines up with my kill zone indicator being exhausted on the one there, and I get my first red candle, I will be going short there. We'll see. See if we can get these counts back green. My chart, NinjaTrader chart now looks more like my TradingView chart as far as the 1 minute. It didn't match. I probably should have logged out before I ever took a trade, I guess. Lessons learned, right? Got right back up in here. This could be a double top. 755. Melinda says 755 is the 127 fib. 755 is right up here in this imbalance. And I got a Great Dane trying to be noisy in the background. Sorry if you can hear that. We are exhausted on the momentum indicator, kill zone 1 and 2, getting there pretty heavy. The 5 not far behind. So yeah, I'm going to be looking. John said he's driving today, so no trades for him, just the education. Well, we still appreciate you being here, John. They might get this imbalance filled right here. We got decent room for expansion on the 5 minute. So I'm going to be looking for my first 5 minute our first red candle here on the 1 minute. There's about 8 seconds for this candle. If this can push down here somewhere below this 4-hour zone, but it's not going to. Somewhere up in here. That means that we must have just tagged that fib, kind of swept that fib that Melinda was talking about. 755. Filled some of the imbalance. You know, we get us a push back down right here. You see our kill zone down here on the 1 minute is in 80 over the red line down there. We'll see if they treat this somewhat like they did yesterday with these swings like this. They said, nope, that's a no-go for that. They said, not yet. All right, so we filled that in balance. I'm going to take that off the chart. Up top here, we have the prior open and prior high are both up at this 4-hour zone. 2940, I mean 24,940 and 24,949. That's a lot of confluence up there if they can push it up there. Jake says to the moon. To the moon. Okay. I'm going to try to take his short on this candle close of this red one. Nice job, Jeff. Got you a scalp there. Great trade. I want to see if they try to push this down pretty hard, or are they going to try to push this up? You know, I would think we'd get a test down here back to this 4-hour zone here. Trying to give us a little bit of time to breathe here. I'm going to move this over the 15-minute chart real quick. Put us in our box. It's from about right there. About right there. Opening range on the 15. Jake says it's going to suck some air here. Really windy up there. Yeah. We had that issue the other day here with the wind. Guess I need to try to switch this back over to the 1 minute. Jake says 10 a.m. expect a fast drop and recover off jobs report today. I'm guessing that's Eastern, so here in about 10 minutes then, our time. I need to get me a better push than this to the downside. Come on, let's go. Come down and tap that 50. Got us a nice short in play here. Back to the first close of the first red candle off the exhaustion on the 1 minute. Well, if you can believe it or not, we are in the green in one of those accounts that we got red, and $3 red in one of them. Not too bad to come back from a mistake that happened. But that oh, I forgot we're supposed to be also hosting today with Humble Futures. I might need to share my screen with them. I think he's messaging me right now.
I'm still here.
Yeah, she's actually sitting beside me trading today, which is unusual. She's usually not here. I think she's over there. Beating me. She was in that short and did better than I did, I think. Yeah, I told her yesterday that I found out you was the one spamming my account. Yeah. The dogs aren't used to her being home this time of day, so they're being a little more restless, but they're still being good. All right, so hopped out of the range up here, pulled back into the 4-hour. Like I guess, like Jake said, there's news going to be in about 7 minutes, I guess, and depending on where we're at when we get closer to the whole hour, will determine. We should be able to pinpoint if they do make a quick move. We'll try to pinpoint some areas in the chart where we might see a bounce or a wick down to, even maybe to the top side here. They did something wild. That's funny. You know, we're at 780. I don't know how much that news is going to move it, but say that if they do push up, there's a lot of confluence trading during the day and how to manage them, I guess. I hope you guys ain't having the same troubles I'm having. I guess that today I'm gonna have to play it pretty safe if my system's gonna be doing all this. Last thing I need to do is be in a trade and it be locking up like that. Good morning, Swang. Swang is here. Jake says bottom 24,225. You think that, Jake, you think that they're going to try to hit that to the downside? That'd be a crazy move if they do, from where we're at. With all that money you got, you should have ordered 2 and sent one to me. What we got going on here? Inverse W. Yeah, I believe they'll range it. I'm just curious to, excuse me, what that range will be. Oh yeah, you can't pass that up. All right, we got just over a minute before the whole hour. So try and think about some kind of range here. Let me look at this on the 15-minute. When they do try to range it, when they do this, typically they hit certain levels anyway, or try to do some kind of sweep of a certain level. So, I'm gonna say maybe, just maybe, say that they do try to range it. Maybe up here, 900 to 930 or something. It ain't gonna be on the money, but to the downside down here, from where we're at, you could think that they could get down here somewhere, maybe. We'll see where this little box is in the purple line there. What was that? Yesterday's something. Here we go in about 1 minute for our close down here. And it might not happen on the hour. It could be a minute or two delay, maybe at 5 minutes. I messaged the guy from Humble, told him we ain't gonna be able to do it today. My system done froze up twice since I've been streaming, so I'm not gonna risk whatever's going on there and have to deal with hosting over there at the same time right now. We don't have not moving much just yet. ATR don't look like it's really reflective of a price action. ATR says it's around 22. Well, it was 28, just dropped 22. If they drop down here, they could stop in this area down in here around 635 to 645. We'll see. A lot of room to expand to the downside on the 5 minute kill zone, and on the 2 minutes got a lot of room to expand. That 1 minute always gets there pretty quick. Sometimes it takes a while for the 2 and the 5. I'm with you on that, Jake. If I have too many more problems, I probably will say no. I'm not going to take any as well, or I'll definitely just stick to eval. I won't touch any of them fundage today if it's going to be like that. It's just not that serious. closed down below the 50 EMA pretty good. Now they're putting in a retest on it right there. But they got always putting in these small imbalances on the 1 minute. You know, you got imbalance all the way up to 730. Some imbalance there and there on the one so far. This would start looking like it did yesterday. Had say this came down and tapped that golden pivot or this 4-hour zone and then push back up to this area. It'll start looking just like yesterday already. Except for today, if they try to pull that off again today like they did, we'll put us a big range box in here and start playing the range. They might chop this around. If they don't allow this to get below that golden pivot, they may chop it around here to bleed off the 2 and 5 minute indicators, kill zone indicator, to kind of line up with the 1 into the oversold area before they try to make a move. Ideally, that's something I would be paying attention to on my side. I'm guessing everybody's pretty much just putting a trade plan together and waiting. Hopefully nobody's trying to trade this mess. If you are, tell me about it. I want to know what your trade plan is. Huh? Oh, my wife thinks I'm talking to her because she's actually trading this mess. Are you really? Well, I didn't realize I was talking to her. She thought I was calling her out. I didn't know you was trading nowhere. She's scalping, so I guess.
I'm in the green.
Why don't you go in there and scalp some potatoes?
You better stop.
Room beat says he's long here, but he don't have a what? You're long and don't have a plan. Okay.
I'm scalping green.
He said I'm long, but I ain't got a plan. I don't believe you, room beats. I bet you. Oh, I believe you're long, but I bet you have a plan. I'll put one together for you if you're long here. How many are you in micros? If you're in micros, you know, if you can hold out, if it goes against you and you can hold out, they should turn this around right here somewhere from what I'm seeing. But Joe's got one micro. That's what I'm going to do that's what I was kind of thinking about doing, was starting with one if we get down here, maybe add to a runner, but I'm thinking, you know, let me see here. Room beat says he's down 40. I kind of like this 635, 645 area. Maybe if they can push it there, they might, you know, even if they tap here in the 4-hour zone and look like they want to, if this kill zone starts to curl up on the 1 minute, even though we have downside on the 5-minute chart where it can expand to the downside, I would think if we get to this trend line, this box, it would give enough room for the 5 to get oversold. But it don't necessarily have to happen here. They could bounce this, come back up here, put in a lower high before they put a leg down. What price are you in at Room Beats? Joe has one. Room Beats has one micro. I should have one micro then. Joe, you got one micro long or short? Room Beats is in at 710. You're in at 710 long. Oh yeah, you'd be all right. That's all right. Oh, and Joe's out. He was short. Good trade, Joe. I think you'd be all right. Room Beats. They could come down here anywhere between where we're at in this 4-hour zone here. I'd hate to have to hold that all the way down here from 710, but I'm going to try to play this if they push this down here. This might even be a little early here. You know what? It is a little bit early. I'm going to move this down. I don't need that many. I like the philosophy there, Room Beats. All about risk management. That's how I kind of feel about these micros. As long as I'm not getting in them dollar cost averaging in too heavy, they're a lot more manageable. And see if they turn this right here and they try to push this up from where we're at, there won't be no chasing it, because my plan is to get in down here where my orders are at. And if it don't come pick me up, and they try to go ahead and take a leg up, I'm going to have to reevaluate, cancel these out, and maybe start looking for break of structure play, close above the 50 EMA if they turn it around and have some momentum. Maybe the close of the 50 or the retest of the 50 is a leg up. Or you could even take this micro break right here at 686, 687. Just depends on how you want to manage it, what your risk management is on it. Yeah. Yeah, micros can be a killer with the fees if you're not getting enough green in it. The do you use ATMs and everything, Melinda? You know, if you set up ATM, you don't use NinjaTrader, do you? You know, you can set these ATMs up to where they take profit for you, and if you trade your plan and let the stop work, then you know, set that ATM up where you scale out of one or two and leave that last one with a trail on it. I have a bunch of ATMs built. I should use them more often, but I don't. I might usually get in one, like if the ATR is really high, I use the ATM so that I can just get in, and if I stop out, I stop. If I take profit, I take profit. I think you might be right, Room Beats. We might see the bounce right here. Very possible. They allowed the 2-minute kill zone to get to the oversold to the 80, so Yeah, that old golden pivot, it's just stuck right there to it. That 5 minute though, that 5 minute has room to expand to the downside. Load the boat, Jake said. Load the boat. YOLO. We don't do none of that YOLOing around here. At least I don't. Was that news? Did that news come out at 10 Eastern? Or is it 10 Central and 11 Eastern? Natalie said she thinks she'd be better if she did YOLO some. Don't do it, Natalie. Don't do it. Jake said 5 minis. You only live once. Melinda, you only live once. All in. That's YOLO. There's no tomorrow. I'm putting it all on this trade right here with my big 6 micros. Room beats, you're going to be stuck for a while because I don't think it wants to go up until it comes down here and fills me. That way we can trade it together. Never mind. I think it's going to leave me behind, room beats. YOLO. You said YOLO, HOLO. You talking about the stock HOLO when it did that time? Was it like 100 points? I mean, yeah, $100 move or something on that penny stock. I'm not even sure I want to get in down here now. The way it just pushed that candle up and sucked down on that off that golden pivot. We're going to try it anyway. Yeah, I thought that's what you was talking about, Jake, when you said HOLO. I remember I traded it back when all that happened a little bit. All right, room beats, it's time to go now. Where's the to the moon music? I don't want to get 6. I'll hold these 30. We got room for expansion. Although there's still a little bit of room to the downside on the 5 minute. No. I'm going to hold this 1 micro in case they try to drop it at that 24,200 level you was talking about. I'm going to hold it for 400 points and then average down. I'm just kidding. I would never do something like that. All right, we got two in here that are long, 2 micros. Y'all get it. I only have one now. I was too scared to hold all 3. To the moon. We should get back to, first we need to break above the golden pivot is the first target. If we get the push, it needs to break the wicks that are all above the golden pivot. Then that can kind of tell us, hey, are we going to the 50 EMA? Are we going to feel some imbalance up here? We know what that box is doing there. Oh, it must, I didn't notice it come up there and went through that. So we can move that one. So I want to see it get back to 765 is what I want to see it go to. Who thinks we can do it? 765. I would add to the winner if we close above the 50 EMA and it still looks like we're going to get the push. I would add. Looks like I'm gonna I'm in at 637. Did you say you're in at
It just
637?
stopped me out when it came back down.
Oh, did you have a stop in? Melinda, what are you in at? Are you still in? No, Melinda's probably out. She scalps. Oh, already added. Melinda added. Look. She's changing the game up, it looks like. I'll add if it gets above the 51. But I don't know if it's going to happen. Swang said he entered at the bottom but got stopped out. Hey, Martin Gamble's here. He's in at 651. All right. Ain't nothing wrong with having that stop tight. That happens to me all the time. Melinda got stopped. I figured I would. That wick's awfully close to my order there. They're gonna have to break above that golden pivot. There's too much. They've been pushing it too hard right here. You know, if they can't break here and they stop me out, we'll see what happens if they push it back down, and we'll reevaluate trade plan at that point. The key here is to lock in some gains, manage the trade. You know, don't keep moving your stop around unless you just want to give it plenty of time to breathe. I thought about taking mine off there or putting it down here at break even, but I'll leave it there. We need to get the push. Melinda says she's back in at 73. Room beats averaged in and exit $21 in the green. Vinny got stopped out. Typical. But I'm in the green though, so that's pretty good considering I started out rough and got 2 counts in the red because of some weird stuff the Ninja Trader was doing. I'm sure now that they stop me out, they're going to rip, probably. Things look like they could be shaping up on the 5-minute here. The 5-minute swept the 50 EMA, and it's trying to put in a green candle. So it could be on the up and up for us if the 5-minute candle closes in a minute 11 seconds or something. If it can close and stay above the 50 EMA, we might be good for the push here. Or we're going to get rejected right there. I'm going to stay in it because I think we're going to get the break here and move higher. We should. We got room to expand. And the indicator's curling on the 5-minute. The only thing that could damage that now is for a hard down candle. Like, dang. Wow. I think the Great Dane had something to say about that idea. Awfully chatty back there. Yep, ATR is, I'm showing about 26 on the 1 minute. Come on, give me a push. Let me get out of that one. All that work to get them back in the green. Here we go. I don't think blowing on your chart over there is going to make it go up. That's funny.
I'm in at 658.
You're in at 658. I'm in at 676. I got such a horrible entry. 67. 67. If y'all got teenage kids, 67. Oh Lord. Too much fun. Yeah, it is. That golden pivot. It's being tough right there for sure. Release it to the upside. I think the Great Dane's telling me that I should get out of the trade. He's like, you should close it. Oh, come on, push. Put some protection back here. Ah, come on. Man, what? Ooh wee. I'm gonna hold it for now. Let's see if they can break above that 50. We should be getting up to that 765, 770 area maybe to put in a lower high up here. We'll see. They protected off the 50 EMA on the 5 minute really well. Where should we put the stops? Jake said, gonna have to go back to construction if it don't work out. Could be right. Actually thought about going and looking at some bathroom remodels I told my wife yesterday about. Man, why didn't I lock them gains in when it spiked up above 50 EMA? I mean, I'm still green, but not as green as I could be.
Job, Melinda.
Nice job, Melinda. Was down 125, now only 5. I hope you didn't YOLO in order to get back to 5. Yeah, it is pretty wicked, guys. I'm going to mute myself real quick. I'll be right back. While I leave for just a couple minutes
I need to get on Discord.
and the thing takes off. 4 contracts for plus 10. Nice. Man, I get up for 1 second and the market tries to go. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. That's how it works.
Contract way down here.
So we're getting overbought there. It on the 1 and 2, we got a lot of room though to expand on the 5 minute to the upside. So I'm gonna be paying attention for maybe a short play for a pullback. If I can find the exhaustion in the indicator with the first red candle. Nice. You know, there's some imbalance right here. Maybe they could push back down to this break of structure retest here. Would be ideal. Come on. Let's go. You know, they push down. If they can push down and tag its retest here, although it's not moving much on the indicator, so I guess it could pull back further than that. But nice. Come on. Get down there and take it out. Dogs are off the hook. Nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. Come down here. I'll cover it to golden pivot. Come on. Let's go. Tag it. Beautiful trade. Nice. And I'm out. We got a pullback leg there, so we need to be thinking if they're going to try to bounce this because of the expansion we still have on the 5 minute, or if they're going to try to roll it over. Did anybody get that short right there? Anybody? I hope you did. Why did I enter there? Room Beats is asking why I entered for the short here. So, here we go. I'm going to pull up Trading View. So what I'm looking at while I'm executing, my kill zone indicator was overbought right here. And this one didn't look like this. It was up here as well. And then the 5 minute has room to expand to the upside. These will need to cool down, have a pullback in order so that they can get in line for all of these to expand in one direction. Like if they can roll over right here, but the idea behind it is when you get extended right here and you get your first red candle or black candle on this chart, the first 1 minute red candle, go short at the close, lined in with the kill zone indicator. Well, you could do it. You could do it on Ninja Trader. You would just have to split your screen up. The only reason I don't do it is because we're streaming. Otherwise, I'd have to try to have 3 different charts on here at one time, and it'd be way too busy. And you don't necessarily have to be looking. I mean, I'm looking at this one when I execute. This is the one that I pulled the trigger on. You see this candle closed red, and I was right there over the 80 line. And since it closed red, I took entry. The trading view part that I'm looking at, I was trying to explain why I thought we would get a pullback, and then why, because there was expansion still left on the 5-minute to go to the upside if it wanted to. Give me just a second, room beats. You're done. Oh, looky. Dave's on. Appreciate it, Dave. Appreciate it. I'm trying to find that link for you, room beats. That's trying to find it. It's nice how they pulled that back there on that short play and then come back and tagged our zone down there by the trend line. I wasn't paying attention to it. I was trying to find that link. There's this link, room beats, to that indicator for trading view. And there's one, if you go to Gumroad, FuturestraderElite at gumroad.com, there's one on there for NinjaTrader. There's one on there for Trading View, plus some other indicator packs and whatnot. Some other stuff. So what are we looking at here? We got, tell you what we got. We got a frozen chart again. Oh, there it goes. What in the world? You guys let me know if the lag is off pretty bad or something. I just got some kind of message from YouTube. It could be nothing. Ooh. Down move, down move. What are they doing here?
You're back in a little. You might be.
Where are you going? Oh, I love you too. We're getting this down move here. I'm going to be looking at our zones down here that we got in that we was talking about earlier. A lot of confluence here with this prior low. 4-hour zone sitting down here at 523 to 533. Got this little zone here, 538, 545. Oh, it's all good, room beats. That's where it's at. Yeah, they're indicators that I built for both platforms. Jake's still calling out that 24,250. I'm not really going to be in disagreement about that in the type of market we're in, that's for sure. Nothing surprises me anymore with NQ. And don't surprise me, but it might give you the wow factor. Anybody holding a trade short right now? No, Roombeat said you're short right here. Might not be a bad idea, for sure. You can break below this, yeah. Breaking out of the bottom of the range, so very well could be a trade right here. You know, we went out the top side of the range, now we cut all the way back to the bottom. I'm leaning to the, you know, I was shorting it at this first red candle up here and took profit on the way down. For me to get in here, I just can't do it because of where the momentum indicators are at. There is some more room to expand to the downside, but I think I'm going to be better suited to look for a long play down here. If we can get that push real fast, you know, maybe they put in one of them fast candles, suck it back up. It's kind of what I'm thinking, maybe. We'll see. Long now. I'm gonna sit out for a second here and just watch. I'm gonna sit here and watch and learn and read the chart. And we got some imbalances on this 1 minute we can put in here. In case we get some drives back up, you know. Some targets to think about, especially this one here being right above the 50 and the golden pivot. If they do try to get a leg up and it looks like a strong leg, we can think about some TP areas, you know, take profit at the 50 EMA or the golden pivot, or possibly in his box if they go for the sweep. Got some there. These be good scalp hits if you can get some decent legs here under when it finds some room to bounce, you know. We're at about 580. It's about 632 to the bottom of this imbalance zone, so be some good scalp trades for sure. Well, look at that imbalance box right there. Put in an itty bitty balance box. Sucked right up off the very top of it. That's a nice little push here. Come back and tap the imbalance up here around 580. But almost hit it with that wick, so they could push that back down, possibly. Or see if it gets some legs under it. Nice job, Aiken. However, I'm sorry, I'm probably murdering the name, but nice job. Caught the short 75-point hit. Short at 636. Wonderful trade. I could just call you 1116 million. Hey, Kane. What are they going to do? Can they find the legs right here for a push-up? It's getting to be pretty exhausted even on the 5-minute chart, so they might find some legs. Might just find them. Ah. Nice. I think I'd still murder the name. I can't, I don't know. I'll just call you talented considering you caught that 75-point move. That's what we like though. Grabbing them base hits. You know, you can grab a base hit with one micro, stack those base hits day by day, keep tight risk management. That way, if you do have a red day, it don't beat down all the green days. That's the whole purpose of really trading micros over minis. Risk management. Nothing like, because you can trade the minis and you can do good for 4 days straight and have one bad day on a Friday and it just, everything you did work so hard for 4 days, gone. It's hard to come back from. It's not as hard to come back from base hits with tight risk management. Martin says he took a long and already out. He must have took a long down there where it decided to turn. That's also a very good trade. Very, very good trade. It's the reason we find these zones like this and mark them up and put them out here because, you know, you can a lot of times play first reactions. You know, had you had order set there for first reaction touch or something, could have picked it up if it was at the top of the box or the middle of the box, you know, and then turn around and you get that. And then, like he said, he's out. You know, he got out. Either hit his take profit or didn't like what he was seeing, and it's probably good because now it's turning back down. So that's what it's all about. 636 is my key level today. Ah, okay. 636. It's up here inside this imbalance that we put on here. Kind of makes me wonder if they're going to try to sweep this low here, maybe. When you look back to the left of the chart, this whole zone, they consolidated so much. So you think they would try to protect this area right here. Even, I mean, they could sweep it, but you would think, well, look at that candle. You would think they want to protect this area down here. I think we might have a reversal coming. I just don't know that it's time to get in it. We got to have some kind of confluence, some kind of plan around the thought, you know? Like, yeah, we might get a reversal here, but where would a good entry be? I wouldn't want to go get long unless it's down here somewhere, and I see there's too much going on down here for them to reverse it right here. I mean, they could, don't get me wrong, but what if I get in long up here just for it to go up, suck back down, and then come tag all this area down here? They don't have to tag it, but instead of getting long right here inside this box for this candle, I'd rather wait for this to start building structure up and just play some type of break of structure or break of structure retest, you know, instead of just jumping in without a definitive plan in this area, if that makes sense. If they keep doing what they're doing here, they could be building something down here. Long flagpole downside, starting to try to do some kind of little consolidation thing, you know, say we put this box in here, and if they stay inside this box and then finally break out, you know, with a good hard candle one way or another, and then there's a possibility they come down here, instead of sweep this low, it'll be more like a crack, and if they break it hard enough, it might push on down. So there's opportunity on the chart, that's for sure. But in no shape, form, or fashion should we just be jumping into anything right here. At least not for me, anyway. All right. I'm going to take this one off. That was some imbalance that filled. Looking pretty good here, though. You know, I one of two things. They're going to either protect this level here where we're at because of the left, but if they break below, say, 510, 505, it gets you close to the whole number, psychological number of 500. So the bounce might be waiting down there because of the whole number, if they can get it down there. Showing it the ATR is around 22, 23. All right, so here it is. Are they going to protect it? They tagged a low. All the momentum indicators are oversold. So they're ready to turn and expand unless they just want to bleed it off today. It is a Friday, so. Look at there, we got a high time frame trend line down here. Would have to get down to about 420, 419 to tag it off this candle. Not quite another 100 points, but close. I'm hoping maybe they try to get a sweep down right here and tag this zone. Maybe get me a fill. and maybe they start to find some legs down here, but they could be finding them right here, maybe. We'll see. You know, it's a sweep of the low, so although they hadn't pushed it hard enough back the other way yet to make me think, that makes me feel like they want to come on down some more. Might be putting a little risk here trying to go long in this box, considering this trend line's down here, though. Let's see, this indicator can stay down here on this 80 line, and it slow burn to the downside some before it finds support somewhere for the push. If they can find enough momentum here, it might be worth taking a break back above 532 or so. You know, they get above its 4-hour box with a good push and a close. We're at 1 minute break of structure to see if they can get a push on up this way. Could be a fake out, you know. Push it up a little bit just to take another leg down. That's my game plan, and I'm sticking to it. Although I thought about moving this order down here, this trend line. They might say, no, we're going to leave them at the train station again today. And we're not going down there. We don't want to pick that up that low. Martin says it hit the 786 fib. All right. You pull your fibs on the intraday chart, like from open low to high and all that, or overnight high low, previous session or something. Come on, let's go. Spike down there and suck back up 100 points. What a day, what a day. It says the ATR's at 25. Price action looks more like 5 or 6 to me. Okay, nice. You run that active fibs on the 1 minute and 5 minute. I like it. Story of my life right here. They gonna leave me in my box like I wasn't there. It could still be a short. There's a, I mean, it could still expand to the downside. It's just a little bit overkill how deep they are in the oversold territory. They could be down there for a while though, so Wow. Since we got that close to that and didn't pick it up, I'm canceling that order. And gonna rotate here. Wow. Now makes me think, because they left me at the train station again, that if they do push on down, they, you know, they might be thinking come down here to this high time frame trend line. Then we got the S1 pivot sitting right here at 406 inside this precision entry zone. And that's from 395 to 405. So we got a lot of confluence. They get down here and don't bounce the trend, they could smack us. They could sweep that trend line, pick up here for a bounce. Or they start their move to the upside right here, and we start looking at our break of structure plays to the upside. But we're gonna have to see some momentum come in here and prove to us, hey, we're gonna take a leg up, and that needs to get above 517, that low, because they could get up here and reject off of that. I got plenty of room to expand to the upside now. Man, I can't believe they left me in that box like that. So close. Happens to me all the time. Could have been a nice little scalp. My order was sitting at 458. I think they got 460. Up to 5 something there, 505. Been a nice nice scalp. That's more than a scalp, but over 50 points or close to it. That's how it works sometimes, though. You got to let your trade plan work, and if it don't work, can't start chasing it. You got to be happy to miss a trade. You know, you can't sit there and think, oh, I wish I was in that. Oh, I can't believe this and that, and start clicking that button, chasing that thing as it starts moving. You just got to sit back and think, okay, so I had a good trade plan, so I didn't get no feel on it. Let me look at this chart and see what the next good trade plan is. Martin said that it's still showing short to him. Could be. Could be. If it is, then I'm gonna be looking at that trend line, like I said, in that S1 pivot in that Pez box. Hey, nice to see you. EK's on today. He says 100% that patience and lack of chasing keeps you in the game long term. Couldn't agree with you more. Having patience and leaving your emotions at the door when you sit down. You got to leave them somewhere else before you sit in front of that computer. We're going to try to find some legs down here, maybe. I appreciate that, EK. Well, I'm glad you're back. Yeah, we've been doing some streaming. I figured that maybe life got busy or something, because I almost messaged you because I hadn't seen you in Discord in a little while or posting anything. I'm glad you're back. Hope everything was okay. Sometimes we just need a break from it. So I think I might try to be playing a break here, break a structure if they can take out, get back above this right here like we was talking about. If they can get us a good candle here and close, probably just get in. Martin says he just got the long signal. I like the sound of that. I still need to see this break here. I don't like that it closed on that. We're going to play it anyway. Let's see. Could be a mistake, but I broke my rule already because I said I wanted a green candle to close good above that, and it closed right under it. But we're going to try it. It looks like it's got some legs here. Might get some pullback here, maybe, before it gets sent, but it looks like they're gonna take this out. That's what it looks like. And I'm gonna be looking for probably, I want to see 600. I'll go 595 there, and I probably should go to the 50 in case they get there and reject. I don't know. How about we just let it ride for a minute, let it breathe and see. What in the world? It's not really pushing as hard as I'd like to see, that's for sure. So I'm gonna go on and protect myself. No, I'll give it a little time here. Come on, let's go. Let's get that push. Plenty of room to expand on the 5-minute, but that 1 and 2 minutes going to get hot on the over bot side. I like it. Keep on pushing. There we go. Run up there and tag at least them two. By the time it gets up to the 50, it could try to do some kind of cool off type ordeal. Let's go. Let's go. Not down. That ain't what I want to see. Got us a little bit of protection down here in case it tries to whip back. I don't know what this is about. Somehow, I must have left an order on my chart again on something else. Man, I'm gonna close out of this. I need to go clean this up here. Do not know. What? I see. It was tied to my, can't believe I had to close out trade. One of them accounts was hooked in the copy trader and it shouldn't have been. And it was short. I had to close out to keep that eval from going any redder because it was in the green, so. Now I'm gonna have to reposition myself and look for a trade here. Gotta just love the chaos of trading. Michael asked, what is a break of structure? Break of structure is, see where price is at right now. Break of structure is when you take out levels back to the upside. You put in these levels to the downside, you know, and then you put in these lower highs. When you take out them lower highs, it's like break of structure. Anytime you take out a level to the left, 24,620 is a target. 24,620. Yeah, I can see that. His target up here at 24,620 is close to a break of structure right here. I consider the wick the break of structure, not the body. So his target's 24,620, which is even better because say that on the structure side, if it gets up here and rejects structure, he's already got his take profit in place and he can get out. And then it might try to get up to the top of this wick and then reject. We had a pretty clean trade there out of that on that long. How many people got long on that? I hate that I had to get out, but that's what happens sometimes, especially when you're messing with a copy trader. I'm just glad it was a eval that I'd already traded. It was still in there, not a funded account that went red because I was careless enough not to double check it before I got into anything. Yeah, you're welcome, Michael. Hope that made sense for you, the break of structure. That's my whole process is built around being able to read market structure using precision entry zones, imbalance zones, zone boxes, trend lines, and pivots. If you ever want to look into that deeper, I have a precision trading course on at gumroad.com, FuturestraderElite at gumroad.com. Goes deeper into some of that. We get up here to the 50, get a little bit of a pullback, kind of a cool down window. Probably that way they can let the 5-minute indicator catch up the kill zone. Seems like they'd still have a little room to pull it back though, but they could just stick it here at the 4-hour zone and take it back up. ATR on 1 minute showing 16 now. Maybe we get some get up a little bit deeper of a pullback. Hopefully not too far. I don't want to see it come back down to this zone. For the prior low from that I'm shown in the data box from yesterday is this red line that we're at, 517. But if we you talking about since the market opened, the New York market opened? It was low overnight. We got down to like 300, high 300, 400 right here overnight. 395, 396, somewhere like down here. About 3 o'clock in the morning, 2, 3 o'clock. And then huge drive up early in the morning. All morning to drive up for the market to open. Put an inverse W up there and a nasty leg down. Horrible looking chart. Excuse me. Feel like I should be looking for some kind of short play coming up in here somewhere. I don't really can't think about getting long here unless they can prove to take out this area right here above this 50. About 570, 575 if they could get up there. Where are we gonna go? revisit this box here, maybe down here. They could get below this box here. That's the overnight low down here in this box. They could that could get ugly to the downside. Could be sneaking up on that level Jake was talking about earlier in the 200. So it is a Friday. Question is will they, if they do push it here, are they going to try to save this? Or are they going to crack there and just, you would almost think that if they crack this low, you're probably going to get to this 4-hour zone pretty fast. The 1 minute kill zone is exhausted to the downside. The 2 minutes not there, but the 5 minutes been hanging around down at the exhausted area for a while now. It's odd that the 2 minutes not down there already. And the crazy thing is all them indicators can be in the exhaustion zone, and then when they're all down there, you get a hard down red candle, especially on days like today, Friday. I think I might try to take this short if they're going to break this low here. Nah, I think maybe I will maybe not take that short. I don't like the price action at all. Everybody just hanging out and sitting on their hands right now? Or somebody take this short up out of here and take that down to the downside? Or are you waiting for some kind of bounce somewhere? Nice. EK got short. Melinda says she's watching. I'm just watching too. Yeah, I agree with that. NQ does like double bottoms. I tend to think that they like them more in a bullish uptrend than a bearish trend, though. Fridays, they kind of throw almost everything off sometimes. Anything that you would think would normally work Monday through Thursday don't tend to be the same on a Friday. Hey, what's going on, Rich? Yeah, I've been trying to keep up with those on the chart today. I hadn't been doing the greatest of job marking them today. I've been keeping an eye on them. I just hadn't marked them all. Yeah, I agree. It's been a pretty good week for that, for making sure they're filled. It seems like I can only think of a couple times off the top of my head where I still had some left over. It didn't get touched on the day that we drew them, but or at least not during the session, and then would get hit in, after hours or overnight session. Well, Melinda might be getting your double bottom down here. You gonna go long? Can't do it. I just don't trust it right now. Yep, I see that. Double bottom and a fair value gap. Could be a good scalp trade. Everything's exhausted. So I mean, the 1 and the 2 minute are trying to turn up on the momentum indicator. So we'll see. Nothing wrong with that. You can get some nice base hits with 1 and 2 micros. I see something shaping up here a little bit on this 1 minute. Now that they're putting this U in right here, say they do get this leg, then we're going to have a W put in on a chart. And so my trade for me, if they do bring this up, and if they break above, say, probably 567, 568, or take out this box drawed here, which is 576. If they can bring this leg up on this W and break this box, we might be looking at something there. I remember, I don't know if that was this week or last week, but we had that W that got put in, and when they broke a structure area, that leg was huge once they started moving to the upside. I start talking about it, so now they're gonna want to take it the other way. I said they was putting a W in on the chart, and so now they're trying to make it look like an L. Huh. Go figure. They said, this ain't no winning trade, it's a losing trade. We'll see. Uh-oh. Push it. Maybe maybe we're on to something here. Maybe it's gonna find some legs right here. And maybe not. Rich. One micro stopped out for 20 points, plus 20. Other at break even. That's good. Excuse me. Dang, sorry. See if they get a push down here and sweep of overnight low right here. I'm going to mute myself for just a second, guys. I'll be back. All right, I'm back. Just not a whole lot happening on the chart right now. This is the part of trading that is boring. Boring, and this is what gets a lot of people in trouble. They feel like they need to be in the market. Yeah, I don't. That's how I was looking at my ATR, Melinda, a minute ago. I don't know that that's right. I mean, it could be, but seems like the price action ain't moving like it's that high. I think we'd be getting a little bit more movement. And this is one of them trades I call sleeper trade because you'll fall asleep waiting for your trade plan to work. Trying to sit here and watch paint dry, thinking, are they ever going to come down here and tag that box? Hope I'm awake when they do. Yeah, come down there and tag it with some speed and take off the other way. Let's wake the chart up a little bit. Anybody going to try to play a trend line bounce? I don't quite think we're going to get a bounce off of it, but we might. Like that's the most movement we've seen in about 20 minutes or better. Yep. That's what I'm talking about. To the highs. If it's going to do it, I hope it picks me up first. Come on, sweep down there. Sweep through the whole zone. Find some liquidity and take off. It's definitely exhausted way down here, so it could go up, but Oh, I didn't realize you was in town, Jake. You're gonna pick me up and take me to lunch? Where are we going? Oh, let the games begin. Let the games begin. They got me filled on something. I really did think that I thought my computer was froze there because it's just been sitting ever since it done that. We're going to chicken fillet. Get me some grilled chicken. 3 will do. I'll keep 3. Preferably would like you to pick them all up, but that's okay. Get some diet lemonade. Come on. Let's go. Hey, what's going on, Cole? Nice job passing the eval. I'd seen you posted something early in the P&L, I thought. Or like it was almost overnight or something, I thought. Man, Cole's up trading early. Or he's up trading late, one. Oh, come on. This one guy said it was going to the moon. I didn't realize the moon was that direction. It's all right. They could try to pull some kind of liquidity sweep down here on overnight low. So, you know, so come down here around, say, this area right here. Uh-oh. 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 Who's tweeting? Let's go. Push it, push it, push it. Beautiful base hit. Beautiful. Well, it's more than a base hit, but yeah, all that confluence they had down there. Come on. Don't you do it. They just can't get enough under it. They really gonna come down and tag me? Wow. Well, what in the world? Hmm. They didn't quite have enough juice there. Yeah, it was a nice bounce out of that S1 pivot, Jeff, for sure. Nice having that in the 4 hour box there, and overnight's low was all tied in down there. Sweep of the trend line into it. It was worth the wait. Had the trade plan put together, got filled, executed it, capitalized, got some green. That's what it's all about. You can't complain about that. The only other option we have is to get chopped out of it and lose and lose and lose possibly. So on to another game plan. Whole level up there, 412 from back in November. Wow. Nice. It's all about keeping them levels on your chart from the past for sure. Great job. Yeah, I liked it. It was a nice little bounce. It was worth waiting for. I was hoping it was going to find legs though and go a lot higher right there, but it's Friday. I just don't know if they're going to be able to do it. They could end it up like this all day, and then in last half hour day and power hour, they might try to drive this thing up if they keep bleeding it off. Mm-mm. Are they going to break that box? All right, Cole. Have fun. Enjoy. Sounds like it'll be fun. Appreciate you showing up with us every day. Everybody needs some good rest time. We'll see you when you get back. They're trying to make sure they put this in as their bottom or something. They're not showing us enough that they want to push this to the upside. Makes me feel like they're going to break that low. Need to prove to us that y'all want to take it up. But it's still even hard to go short if they break below that box because of how exhausted everything is. They might try to break it and do a sweep overnight low. If they do something like that, you might find a quick candle down, sweep the lows overnight, liquidity sweep, and suck it back up real fast to push this leg higher. But coming up on a whole hour, so we might see some kind of something kind of whip around real fast maybe. All right, Dave. I'm glad you was here with us today. Yep, I'll see you in Discord. Have a great weekend, bud. See you on the next one. At the rate this is going right now, I might end the stream pretty soon. I got some things I could be doing and sitting here watching this do nothing. All right, Melinda. Have a great weekend. See you on the next one. Yeah, it don't seem like there's much to see here because they can't make a decision one way or another right now. So they kind of wick down through the overnight low. They wick down through that overnight low right there, but then it really hadn't done much, you know. Now look, we're getting some kind of movement here. See if they want to find some legs right here, maybe. Guys, I think I'm going to wrap the stream up here since it's Friday and it just ain't doing much. I appreciate everybody showing up, helping the community grow. And I will see you guys back here same time on Monday. And if you're new here, you can join the Discord for free. The link should be in the bio on YouTube. And if you stay on them today, just stay safe and stay green. Yeah, see you, Jeff. Swang, anybody left? Jake, Cole, Rich, EK, Martin. I'll see all you guys Monday if you're back. Have a great weekend.